Today we're outside using our Round Grove brick oven to make dessert pizza. We'll make cherry, raspberry, and apple dessert pizza with an oat streusel topping and a powdered sugar glaze. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to head inside and make the pizza while Matt makes sure that oven temperature is perfect for baking. The first step in making dessert pizza is preparing the dough. A simple pizza dough has just 4 ingredients: flour, salt, water, and just a little bit of yeast. You can use your favorite pizza dough recipe as long as there aren't any savory herbs or spices in it, or you can use a store-bought bread dough. It will still work perfectly and give you a good flavor. I made a Neapolitan style pizza dough, so it has been rising since last night. So this is gonna make small pizzas about this big. If you want them bigger, you can use a larger size dough ball, but about 8 ounce works perfectly in the brick oven. I'm gonna set this aside and show you the other parts of the pizza. So I have 3 types of pie filling here. This is a cherry pie filling. I love using the more fruit pie filling just so it has more cherries in there. This is a raspberry pie filling, and then I have homemade apple pie filling. You can use any other pie filling that you'd like, but these are the 3 that we're gonna test today. The next part of the dessert pizza is the oat streusel topping. So get a bowl, and to it add 2/3 of a cup of flour, 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar, 1/4 of a cup of rolled oats, and 1/4 of a cup of granulated sugar. Then add 3½ tablespoons of cold salted butter. I have this cut into cubes, and I'll just put that in. And then use a pastry cutter, or if you don't have a pastry cutter, you can use 2 forks or a knife, and just cut that butter into the other ingredients. Once you have all the big chunks of butter cut up, you can just use your fingers, and if you feel any bigger clumps of butter, just snap it between your fingers so that it is blended well with the rest of the ingredients. So you'll end up just with kind of coarse crumbs in the streusel. And then once you're done with that, just set that in the fridge until you're ready to put it on the pizza so that the butter stays cold. The last step is the powdered sugar glaze. This isn't going to go on the pizza until after it comes out of the brick oven, but the brick oven cooks pizzas so quickly that I'm gonna go ahead and mix it up now just so it's ready to go. To start, you'll take 1½ cups of powdered sugar and put it in a bowl, and then add about 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. You could also use almond extract or lemon, depending on what type of pizza you're making. And then you'll add about 3 to 5 tablespoons of heavy cream. So I have 5 tablespoons in this bowl. I'm gonna go ahead and drizzle in just a little bit of it, not all of it at once, and then whisk. And then you'll just keep adding a little bit of cream at a time until it's the consistency that you'd like. And now that I've showed you all 4 parts of the pizza, let's make it. I have my pizza peel here. I'm gonna build the pizza right on this so that Matt can just slide it right off of the pizza peel onto those hot bricks. It's important to flour the pizza peel in the dough well so that it can slide easily off. I'm using coconut flour today. Sometimes I use cornmeal for traditional pizza, but coconut flour has just a slightly sweet flavor, so it really goes well with the dessert pizza. As you can see, I put a lot of coconut flour on there, and then I have my dough, and I'm just gonna stretch it. You can make it as thick or as thin as you'd like. So I tend to make mine a little bit thinner and then leave the outside edge a little bit thicker so that you get a nice rounded edge. And then once it's stretched, stretch it out a little bit more. You don't want to press too hard because those bubbles in there are going to be great in the pizza, and you don't want to press out all of those bubbles. So just press gently. And try to get a round circle. And then keep making sure that there's flour under there so that it can slide easily on the pan. Next is the pie filling. Again, use any flavor pie filling that you'd like, and then just spoon it on top. You don't want to add too much because then it might make the crust soggy or hard to cook through. So just add a light layer. The exact amount is really going to depend on how big your pizza is. You can see I left the outer edge empty so that it can puff up nicely. Then take your streusel and just take a handful of it and sprinkle it over the top. Again, how much really just depends on what you would like it to look like. That was probably about half of a cup. Now it's ready for the oven. Thanks for joining us today. We hope you loved watching us make this dessert pizza in our Round Grove brick oven. Let us know what flavor dessert pizza your family would like to try first.
If you would like more recipes on how to cook in a brick oven, check out brickovenlifestyle.com.